back to Ebony with Gang. I want to remind everyone of the contest that's going on with Aptoid. This is in the description to the video. Fill out this survey, super simple. Just put your Appcoin wallet in. No one can steal your wallet because they need your code to get in, your password. Just having your wallet address isn't enough. If you're lucky, they might send you some free stuff. But if you do enter this competition, all you gotta do is make 3 purchases, at least $5, and you can win up to $1,000 of Appcoins. Fill it out now on to Constantinople is finished today, and Austerlitz is coming up. Chalon's on Wednesday, and we know who our opponent is. I wanted to go over strategy and ask you guys what do you think our strategy should be. It's a tough one. So we are a 290 billion alliance, and we're up against 150 million alliance, but it's a 3-man team, so all their power is concentrated. They're Chinese. We'll look at them in a minute. So yeah, they could watch this video and see, but I don't think it's any surprise what our strategy will be. I'm sure they're in this situation a lot because that's why they chose to be a 3-man alliance rather than have the whole server in the alliance for Chalons. They're obviously limiting who can enter the battlefield so that they protect easy points from the enemy alliances. So they're 2-0. They've won 2 rounds, so they're good. Let's take a look at them. Actually, before we look at them, let's look at ours. So we have me at 44, K44, Dragon Lee, 39, and I believe he's K41. The queen of the server, elected by all, is 17 billion, and she's K40. Alberto is K40. Runge is K40. Steel is K40. And Lord Hulago is K42, and he's also an all-star finalist multiple times, so it's a very good castle. Canada also, not sure why his name is Canada. He's a Vietnamese guy. I've tried to ask him why his name is Canada, and he doesn't really have an answer. He's also the same player up here. Kind of 2 people play both these accounts, but this one is weaker and not as good. Anyways, this 14 billion Canada is a K41. Let's look at our enemy. This is going to be our enemy. They have this guy at 23 billion, I believe, and 3,000 ideal land points. Noah, this is their top player, 8,000 ideal land points, 31 billion. And Reese, 3,000 ideal land and 31 billion. If you look at the rest of their alliance, they really don't have any other players. Like, there's basically like 2 to 5 billion type players. Nothing big, nothing substantial that you'd think about. We should be able to kill all of them easily if they even enter. So what would your strategy be against these guys who are obviously not allowing any easy points against any of their weaker players on server? They don't allow them into Chalons with them. So now keep in mind, we're not a 25-man team. We're going to enter with like 14. So we're not going to have like the extra bodies to outwork them, really. But we will have bigger rallies. We can play for the hospital buffs and try and get those. They're going to try and solo. I assume that's their battle plan, is solo all the easy points and smaller rallies, like 21 million rally size on, the 5 billion. 21 billion rally size on the 5 billion type players. And then just sit there with a lead and play defense. What would you guys do? Port locking is going to be difficult. We can hope to do it. We can hope that they just run themselves out of ports by soloing and we could get a couple shots. But you kind of have to get a lot of shots on someone to, right? Like, if we find like a guy at like 17 billion, we're going to have to hit him like 2 or 3 times before we start to come positive, I would think, especially these type of cities. So strategies that are an option is we just take our alliance and we say, you know what, we're only going to enter with our top players as well. And then let everybody enter with like a minute left, depending on the score, to get their points. And just play like that. Or we enter with everybody and we try and rally and hope to get some good shots on them and eliminate them. But I would suspect a team like this is going to be healing a lot. That's probably why they're successful. They're 2-0 so far in the Austerlitz competition, and I would think there's some healing going on. Other options are enter with just our big keeps at the start, try and steal all the easy points from the other alliances, and then put pressure on them to attack us and play defense with some pre-raining. That's basically our options. What do you guys think? Or so enter with only a few keeps and play the same game as them. Enter with everybody and try and port lock them and take the hospital buffs and get some rallies on them and zero them. Or play the defensive pre-rain game if they do want to come solo and then counter attack. Or think outside the box. Let me know a different strategy if you have one. That's pretty much it. Looking forward to the comments section on this or the private messages and see what you guys think. As of now, I would lean towards enter with a couple people at the start, try and steal all the easy points, and then everybody enter, and then we play rally and try to get the hospital buffs. That's the strategy that I would tend to go with here. But really open to ideas, because on paper we should be able to beat these guys. But there's been lots of matchups where that was the case and it didn't work out. So like, subscribe, leave a comment.